name's Julia Zeidler. I'm 22 years old, and I'm a sculpture major here at Southern Connecticut State University. I've been at Southern Connecticut State University for 2 years. When I first came in, I was a printmaking major, but when I got here, I hated the professor. We didn't get along, so I took my first sculpture class. It was 3D design, and I loved it. I did really well at it. So then I just kind of switched to be a sculpture major. People told me I was good at it. I couldn't draw yet, but I could make some sculptures. So I started with a 3D design class. And then the next semester I entered a plaster class, and I made plaster molds, and I did fabricating with plaster, basically building plaster on top of itself. I had to learn how to sketch. I had to learn how to draw. I took a drawing class, drawing 1. It was excruciating, but I loved it. I really fell into it. Like, I feel like I've kind of entered the game a little old. So I'm 22 now. I started going to art school when I was 20. And basically since I've gotten in here, I'm trying to make up for lost time. I'm graduating and I still feel like I have so much more to do. Right now, I'm working in nylon, so I'm making what's called ready-made sculptures or found art sculptures. So I'm working with nylon, so that means that I don't make the nylon. I don't sit there weaving nylon together. I go and I shoplift like pairs of nylons from Walmart, and basically I cut those up and use those to make art. So I chose to use nylon because I saw another sculpture using nylon. Thought it was beautiful. It's translucent. If you light it really highly, it's almost like it's not there. It's easy to transport, easy to maintain. It's beautiful. It's really in the aesthetic that I was going for and the color palette I was going for, because it's all nudes. So it's quite a muted palette. First, that began with stuffing the nylon with cotton or felting wool. That was different colors. So the felting wool is dyed to be like different bright colors, and just white cotton. I started by like cutting the nylon apart and then sewing it together in big sheets. And what that did was almost create like skins. Like, it looks like a hide, but I'm really trying to be transformative with the nylon, and so you don't look at it and be like, oh, that's a stocking. I want you to be like, what is that? Like, what is that material? Is that skin? That's kind of weird and gross. I don't have a studio space, so my dorm room is my studio space. So I'm hanging up stuff in my dorm, taking it down, hanging it up, taking it down, sewing it again, taking it apart, and it's obsessive because I hang it all across from my bed, so I fall asleep looking at it, and I wake up looking at it. And I'll do that with drawings too, and I absolutely lose my mind because I'll dream about it, and I'll get up in the middle of the night and look at it and hate it. Basically, you look at it until you hate it. It really is a 24-hour process. Even if I'm not working on something currently, I'm thinking about it, I'm sketching. So I've been making nylon works. I've also been making installations. So back in March, I did a tent installation. I did a series of 2 tents. And then this past weekend, on April 23rd, I did an installation involving wine bags. So I basically hung the wine bags on hooks until they drained, and that was fun. So making art is super empowering to me. It's how I've really processed a lot of trauma that I've experienced throwing myself into my work. This year I came out as transgender, so having a place to go and really call my own, having my own space, being able to take up space here as a trans person has been amazing. Having the support going through coming out as trans is really vital to trans people. If you don't have that support, it can kill you. It's it can be a joyous thing, but it's really hard. I've definitely changed this past 2 years. I came in kind of being like unsatisfied and bitchy and really restless, and I'm still unsatisfied, bitchy, and restless now, but I have a way to kind of work through it and a way to express myself in a healthy way. It all has to do with me making art, being in the process of making art. So I'm really thankful that I came to Southern. There are a lot of things I don't like about it. But I came in without a portfolio, and I'm leaving with a portfolio, with all this experience, all this time, love, appreciation, support. So I have to say that I've loved it, and I can't wait to go to grad school.